Welcome in, everybody, to Fantasy Pros MLB. This is Leading Off Live. It is me, Joey P. Joe P. Zapia. With me, as always, is the Welsh, and it's all of you, the Peanuts, the Cracker Jacks, here on our channel on Twitch, twitch.tv/fantasypros. That's the place to be Monday through Friday. You can watch us noon Eastern, 5 days a week, and of course, you can watch us on demand on the YouTube channel, Fantasy Pros MLB. We just recorded our amazing MLB draft special. That's up on the channel. So all of the new prospects that have come into Major League Baseball, we've broken them down for you. Also, we've got our live Q&As. Very popular Wednesday. A lot of people showing up for the Q&As on YouTube. So ring the bell till it goes ding when you subscribe. And remember, when you comment on this video and you're a subscriber and you like the video, you might just win yourself an opportunity for a Juan Gonzalez jersey. That's right, everybody. Juan Gonzalez. Get in on this before it's going. Juan, you're welcome. From pristineauction.com. That's the place where you can get all the cool jerseys, helmets, everything autographed. And it's legitimate, Welsh. Not like that crazy Fanatics guy. Am I right or am I right?
I mean, cross your fingers that it's legitimate. That is one of the wildest stories. As someone that loves memorabilia and has sat in loads of autograph signings and been with a reputable person. If people didn't see it a couple days ago, I got a call about it. I shared a long story about it. Friend of the show, Justin Steele, was immediately on it, but there was one of the wildest stories that I think could end up being a Netflix documentary or on Hulu or something, from an autograph dealer, forgery, spite, $500 million, the biggest companies being forged, from Fanatics to Tom Brady to Aaron Judge, and then some death at the end of it after being caught. It is one of the crazy stories.
Yeah, so crazy stuff there, but we are authentic here on this program. So today, obviously no baseball games to talk about from the last couple of days, except the All-Star game, which, had some runs scored, which is fun, had a fun ending. I didn't even realize that home run derby thing, I'll be honest, was a thing at the end.
I didn't either. I stopped watching. I'm not a big All-Star guy. I watched a little bit of it to start, and then Bogman texted me. He's like, "Are you watching this?" And I'm like, no, I'm not watching the end of the All-Star game. But then they did it in this amazing home run off, which is super cool. Had I known, they should just do it every single year. I would be here for it. Find a way to incorporate that to be the ending of the game, and I'm in. There's no chance I'm watching the 7th inning of the All-Star game that I want to hang around doing any of that.
No, I typically don't watch it either, but I did catch that, and that was kind of fun. I was like, oh, look at Cal Schwarber's hitting home runs everywhere. That's kind of fun. Yeah. There are some news and notes to get to. Brandon Lowe is feeling much better, could even return today to the lineup. We were talking about him doing with that side issue. I still think this is very delicate. Be very careful about this. Sean Manaea is back on the mound too. So last time we saw him was pitching out of the bullpen. He was great. I think he struck out 7 guys, I want to say, in the
7 and 3 1/3.
Not too shabby. He gets the Reds in that first start. Tyler Glasnow is going to be back on the hill today, so he's going to make a big start here. Bailey Ober is going to start for AAA on Friday, so he's working his way back. And also, back to Tampa for a moment, Joe Boyle is going to remain with the Rays in a relief role. So, Welsh, do you think that's a matter of continues to piggyback Rasmussen, or do you think Boyle's just going to be straight-up relief guy whenever they need him?
Yeah, I think they said it's a multi-relief inning guy. So as far as what was out there publicly, Rasmussen's going to kind of go back to what he was doing, 5 innings, probably cap him at 85 pitches. So I think it's a definite possibility that someone like Boyle could be a piggyback, but I don't think it's going to be an assured piggyback. They said multi-inning relief role. So if someone gets blasted or their bullpen is a little bit taxed or something like that, and you get a guy that goes 5, you could put Boyle in there to go. You might see a 3-inning save or something from Boyle. So I think it just kind of takes away from his fantasy value unless somebody gets hurt and he gets thrown back in. Multi-inning relief looks like the plan.
A huge start for Sandy Alcantara today too. I mean, this is one against the Royals where he's got to get back on track. If he doesn't, that's a big problem for the trade stock. This is kind of if you have this one good start, I don't want to put too much into it, but this whole time the velocity has not been the problem. It's been the feel for pitching. So I don't know if it's problems with the catcher. I don't know if it's problems with him. I don't know if it's a problem of everything, if it's mental, whatever it might be at this juncture in the season. this is kind of the you-know-what or get-off-the-pot moment for the Marlins and Sandy Alcantara. So I think all eyes are going to be on this start, especially the eyes of contending teams looking for starting pitching help.
Who do you think has hurt their trade stock more, Sandy Alcantara or Zach Gallen? Like who is the worst trade asset?
Who is worse?
Yeah, like who's in a worse spot, Alcantara or Zach Gallen? Like
Alcantara, because he's returning from a major surgery. So
I guess I didn't mean that. I meant more like who is the most susceptible to not returning form, maybe not getting moved because they're so bad. Like who's just worse to you, Zach Gallen or Alcantara?
I don't know, man. That's tough. I mean,
they both had their moments where they strung a couple starts together. Alcantara has strung a couple more bad ones than Gallen has recently, but they both had their moments and they're both stinky.
I think Alcantara historically has been the more consistent pitcher. So if I will say Gallen is the worst of the two, because I just look as a pitcher, as a body of work, the durability of Alcantara before his injury, throwing 200 innings every year. That's not something guys do nowadays. His efficiency with pitching, his Cy Young Award, like all that stuff. Like Gallen was very good, but Alcantara was great for a couple of years, and I think I would still give that to them.
And like to your point, is like Alcantara's like velos and stuff are still there, where Gallen's lost like the fastball. Like I agree. I think Gallen is the worst ass. I think he has less value, as Lee Gold said in the chat. Less value is attached to Zach Gallen right now, and I think Alcantara has at least another year too. So that changes the value perspective.
We're going to get to your questions in the chat. Keep dropping them in there. We're going to have a lot of Q&A today on the program. New Superman, though. Jerry was not a fan. Welsh, did you see the new Superman?
I'm going to go see it today. I'm taking my kid to go see it today.
We'll get your review on Monday.
Thanks, Jerry. Glad it sucks.
I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it. And I think they did some good things with it. I think it was, get your popcorn, enjoy a couple hours in the theater. And that's it. It's not Marvel, high-end, Civil War. It's not that. Like it's not that kind of movie. It's not that good. But let's go to D's here. What are your latest thoughts on Bubba and Painter Welsh coming out of the All-Star break? Who do we get first?
Okay, so I actually think you could get Painter first, but I just don't think he has sustaining power right now. Just because like Aaron Nola is theoretically going to be back pretty soon. That would move Taijuan Walker to the bullpen. I'm a little torn on where Painter is, and obviously his performance has been a little I did a prospect short last week where it's just like I'm still doing the Bubba thing. He was really good for his last couple starts. The manipulation thing, it's not about, I think, contractual years anymore. It's about, can you get this guy to still be rookie eligible next year for a potential PPI, like extra rookie pick? I just don't know if the Pirates are going to do that. It just seems so likely to get anyone to show up at that stupid stadium. The minute they sell Mitch Keller, Bubba comes up. They get people excited. I'm going to say Bubba is the one I want to hold. Maybe Painter comes up first while we're waiting for Nola, but he has the sustaining power.
Here's one from Dylan. Should I keep hanging on to Christian Walker and Teoscar? I would, yes, hang on to both of them. I know they've been disappointing. Teoscar, too, like he started off pretty good and then kind of went in the tank. We talked about this. I think it was on the Q&A live stream. All this stuff when Walker finally went on the paternity list, I think that was a big part of it. When you move to a new team and your wife is pregnant.
Oh, there's the freeze.
It's a new city, and God knows what's going on there. Did she stay in the old place? Oh, I'm frozen?
Oh, you're catching up now. You froze there for a second.
Yeah, all right. But I'm just saying there was a lot going on with him personally, and I think that was a huge distraction for him. And now that hopefully everything's good here, the baby's born, maybe things can be a little bit calmer here. But like that's a very stressful thing depending on what's going on with the mom. Where was she? Was she in Houston finding new doctors? Was she with her old doctors in the old place? They used to live in Arizona. I mean, who knows? There's a lot of personal stuff and we forget that. I'm thinking Christian Walker set up for a good second half. Teoscar Hernandez, I would hold on to both these guys. In a 10-team league, I get it. Like Nick Kurtz is on the waiver wire, which I doubt on a 10-team even now. I'll take Kurtz over Walker, but I don't know what else you're flipping Walker for at this point.
Yeah, I'm not even sure there's a big conversation of moving on from them. I actually did last night. Bogman and I think I mentioned this before, our home league, I think we have one of the best home league structures out there. We play essentially two leagues. The first half until our All-Star break, we play a roto league. Then the champion is crowned. Then the winner of that league gets money and they get the first pick. and we play head to head in the second half. So it keeps people invested, blah, blah, blah. So we did our second half draft last night. And I mean, I'll tell you, Teoscar was way more of a target than Christian Walker, but both fell, and Nick Kurtz probably went 6 rounds before either one of those guys. So just throwing out there, Kurtz was like a 5th round pick. Walker was kind of an afterthought, really fell. Teoscar Hernandez was a guy that I was targeting. So if you can hold, it probably relatively hold, but Teoscar's the one I value a little bit more. But, you know, going into the All-Star break, Walker had been hitting 350 in July, but he still hadn't hit over 223 any month this entire season. So big second half might, you know, come into play, especially as this team is pushing. But if I'm ranking them, it's Teoscar and then it's Christian Walker.
All right. Let's get to another question here from BD. Fantasy philosophical question. Fantasy falafel. I love fantasy falafel. Delicious.
Falafel
how many guys from one team do you think is too many? I've got Bregman, Anthony, Duran, Rafaela on one roster. Debating if I should trade one. Look, if if it's the 27 Yankees, yeah, you want all of them. I think it depends on the team you're playing. I mean, the word rostering, I should say. I want Bregman. I want Anthony. I think Duran is fine. Rafael is fine. I don't mind having all these guys on one roster. It stinks when the Red Sox have a bad day, but Red Sox are a pretty good offense. Rafaela is a guy, qualifies at multiple spots, and I think Roman Anthony's poised for a big second half. I think he's going to end up being potentially Rookie of the Year in the American League. I really do, if he carries that Red Sox team to the playoffs. So, what are your thoughts on this, philosophically speaking, when you have a lot of players on one roster? I don't mind it, Welsh, as long as they're the right players on the right roster.
Yeah, falafel speaking, this is not football. This is not football. I had this thing, I did a draft yesterday too in football, where I was like, I think Puka fell to me. Puka, I have baseball might be like, who the hell are you talking about? Puka fell in the first round to me. And then it was like the second or no, it was the third round where Devontae Adams was there. They're both on the same team. And I was like, you get a little bit squeamish about it. It's just not the case in baseball. Unless those players were stinky, those all were not. 2 of those players I drafted in my second half draft. I took Alex Bregman, who, everybody kind of slept on, forgot. And I took Roman Anthony. I took him really late, and I thought that was a steal. Rafaela was my bold prediction in a bold prediction article that he's going to have a monster second half. He's so fantasy underrated at this point. Duran's the only one that's just kind of like, we're a little indifferent about. But as long as they are individually like good players, it doesn't matter for the team, because the concept of football with a guy like Puka is, Puka takes away from Devontae Adams. They're sharing the same position, and the ball goes and it's picking one of those two. That's not the case, or Devontae Adams. That's not the case in baseball. It's all individualized. The only thing that we look from a team context is like, this guy is a great power hitter, but everybody sucks around him and there's nobody on base for him to get RBIs. So they're just so individualized. It just the team stuff doesn't really matter.
From Jay Goss, 4-player keeper league. I'm stacked with pitching. Do I trade Sanchez for Caminero? I think that's a fair value. I mean,
who is Sanchez?
In a keeper league, Christopher Sanchez, I assume.
Lido Sanchez? Yeah, absolutely.
Well, especially Caminero in a keeper league. That's the asset you want.
Remember Freddie Sanchez?
I do.
I love. He was one of those guys you just
love. Sixto Sanchez?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's still around, I think.
Remember Sixto? Is he?
Yeah.
Sean Manaea, Yuri, or Rogers from Baltimore rest of season. I'll take.
You can answer this tough one. I know. Well, no, it's not.
I think I want Manaea.
Oh, give me Yuri then. Yeah, I mean, Manaea's a good one. Rogers is not with those two for me.
I want the guy give me Yuri. Mets, more win potential. Plus, you know what? Sure. If the Marlins really stink by September, do they just kind of start to limit Yuri a little bit? That's my only concern too. It's like, okay,
he missed so much time. I don't think you would.
He did, but it's the Marlins. I just don't trust them. Rogers has been great, but Manaea is I want all 3 of these guys, to be honest with you. So I mean, that's what I want. Yeah. My expectations, by the way, freaking wants to know for Manaea. I wrote in my bold predictions rest of season, I think he pitches like a top 20 fantasy pitcher. I think he could even push top 15. Remember, he had 184 strikeouts last year. He is, not my biggest concern with Manaea coming into the season, and I wrote this in the Black Book, is he threw a lot of innings last year. How's that going to work out this year? And now I don't have that concern because he's missed all this time with the injury. So now all of a sudden I'm not worried about him. He's had a lot of rest because of the injury. So now I am not concerned. I think he goes right back to being a front of the rotation starter. I think that that bullpen appearance he had at last weekend was very encouraging. And hopefully today's a good start too. So, Welsh, what are your expectations for Minaya rest of season?
Yeah, I like the top 20. I'm not 100% on, but like I think he can be a mid to low threes ERA guy. Really good strikeouts. I have him in my betting card today. Like I think he's one of those sneaky guys. He was one of those in that second half draft where he was like, "Dang it, I let him slip. Like, why didn't I get him?" He's one of those really good values if you're not thinking about it. And I think, you know, probably like in the 40s, his valuation is sitting there with like top 25, top 30 upside. So I think there's a lot of upside. I'm going to assume like low, like I said, low-ish 3 ERA, good strikeouts on a team that's going to win a bunch of games. So that is pretty valuable.
I want to shout out some of our first-time chatters here. Jay Goss, Frickin, and Jay Left, all first-time chatters. He didn't leave. He's actually here, and he's actually chatting. So just putting that out there. How do you guys? What do you think of Tatis Jr. / Class A for Machado and Harper?
I mean, dang it. I mean, like I look at like Machado Harper, the combination I think is just better. It's 2 hitters.
I agree.
I don't like banking on the closer. I guess if you really needed closer, but you're giving up a hefty price, you're either giving up Harper or Machado for Class A, who isn't the best closer in baseball right now, but you're getting the best singular player. So that's a tough trade. I think I'm assuming you're getting Tatis and the closer here, but it's close. It's relatively close, but I like the 2 higher end hitters, I guess, even though the best hitter we're leaving on the table.
That geek Troy, Clay Holmes hasn't been able to fetch me anything. Should I drop him for Sheehan tomorrow? If you want to drop him for Sheehan for that streaming start, I'm fine with it. Just know that Sheehan's not long for that rotation. But I don't know if Clay Holmes is either. So I'll take the Sheehan start. I think that's perfectly fine. Stony Sports, trade Altuve and Jose Barrios for Ketel Marte. I'm good with this, getting Ketel. I think that's great. Barrios is one of my big sells here. That was our last big sell video we did on the YouTube channel this month. So that's on there as well on Fantasy Pros MLB, and Barrios was that guy for us that we want to sell. So packaging him with Altuve to get Marte, I'm good for this.
Yeah, Barrios is a nothing burger to me. I'm a big sell on him. So you can move Altuve and somebody that I'm not super interested in to get the best second baseman in baseball. Yep. Do it.
Also, today, not just twitching on the baseball, we're twitching on the football too, by the way. So if you want to hang out with us, we'll be talking football as well. So don't forget, today that's going to go on. We have our schedule here for the other football stuff going on here. So Monday at 4, we got a best ball live stream with Erickson and Tom Strachan. Then Tuesday at 2, fantasy football Q&A with Seth Woolcock and Debro. Wednesday, Seth and Debro again. Thursday, the rotating analysts. They're fantastic. They're like, you know what, they do all sort of acrobatics and stuff. The rotating analysts, incredible stuff. Some of it illegal in 48 states even. And then fantasy football Q&A, also rotating analysts. So there you go.
What I think that shows you is like the Twitch is going hot and heavy Monday through Friday. We got a lot of stuff that's going to be going on.
You ever see your, I like to see you rotate. You know, rotate for us? There you go. There you go. No, you can't, because then you're going to pull your headphones out. Don't do it. No. Basically, it's a lot of twitching. You're right. There you go. We'll get into my football philosophies on those streams, by the way. Not here. This is a baseball show. 2-star week for all SPs. Pick one. Mize, Luzardo, or Taj. Luzardo, not close for me.
Pick one. Yeah, Luzardo would be that. Mize would be 2, then Taj Bradley. Who do you think who gets more mad? Football guys when you talk about baseball, or baseball guys when you talk about football?
Baseball when you talk about football.
Exactly. 100%.
They hate the football guys are like, what?
Yeah.
Talking about baseball? The baseball people are like,
because they're like, oh, that's cute. Do a little fantasy baseball thing. Like, that's cute. And then baseball.
Yeah, like, that's cool. Yeah, I like baseball. Baseball's fun. Yeah, I watched the home run derby the other night, or I took my kids to a game, last year. That was fun. I had some $12 beers,
cute game.
Hot dogs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but like baseball get mad because back in the old, like, I don't even know if they do it because I don't listen, but like the Sirius XM days where it's like June hits and then all baseball content just gets kicked to the curb for football content. And that I know that would
July
always
4th.
grind the gears. Oh, was it July?
That's always when I worked at Sirius XM Fantasy. That's July 4th. That was the beginning of it. And then all the baseball people were annoyed. All the baseball hosts were sad. And I was just like, hey, man, it's just not what, drives the station. And then they try to give you that golf content in between as if like, such a large portion of people are really into the golf.
Don't let Pat and Bubba and all them hear this, but yeah, I agree.
I mean, hey, look,
Like,
it's a strong niche community. I'm not gonna lie, and the people who bet golf, they have a lot of expendable income typically, so they're really into it.
And it's
But
gotten great into the betting market. I mean, but betting,
I like
betting has kind of pushed golf into another area. I mean,
well,
I think
it was the DFS golf thing that I used to always be like, oh God, what
Oh,
are we
really?
doing here? Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
but the betting golf, that's fine. The DFS golf, I'm like, all right, guys, come on. It's like go outside, touch grass, you know. D's rest of season, Carpenter or Rosa Reyna? I want a Rosa Reyna. He's been good.
Yeah, Randy. I mean, Kerry Carpenter's also hurt, and there's not like a timeline. Like, you know, they just got to check stuff out. Like Randy's out there, and Randy's also just the better one, regardless. So,
From All Scotty, you drop Ramos for Stowers. I'm okay with this. Ramos has been solid, but Stowers has been on fire recently. And I always wonder, Welsh, you know, whenever we get to this point in the season, when you have these guys who are just absolutely nuclear going into the break, I always feel like it's the worst thing too. It's always a part
like momentum stops.
Oh yeah, like Stowers, who was at like 500 this month or something before the break. Just that momentum sometimes just stops and they don't pick up the same way. Not that it's gonna last forever anyway, but you're almost guaranteed for a slowdown at some point. Here's one from Mitch. Drop Sheehan to pick up Zebby. You want to do that? I don't want to do that.
I mean, I don't pass. Like it doesn't matter. Like maybe Zebby's okay. I might rather have Sheehan until Blake Snell is up to get the starter too. I just don't know if I need to stash Zebby. You know who I'd rather have probably than both of those guys? You get like an Eric Lauer with the Blue Jays. He's probably floating out there.
Yeah. Hauser's been good too.
Yeah.
Is anyone nervous about Hunter Brown? Sell high or hold? I think it's been a bad stretch. There's no doubt about that. Last 3 starts have not been good. His ERA raised over almost a run. I'm holding. I'm just not. I'm not. There's not enough pitching to go around. I want Hunter Brown. What do you say, Welsh?
Yeah, I mean, I think like the question maybe is like, are you worried that he becomes a pumpkin and then he's just not like the elite pitcher? Yeah. So should I trade the eliteness right now if I'm reading it like that? I don't know. The break came at a pretty good time. Like you mentioned, he gave up 12 earned runs. He's got a 6 ERA this month, but this is after having like 2 to sub 2 ERAs the rest of the way through. He still was getting his strikeouts in there. Pretty smart pitcher. Like I kind of think he's going to readjust. This actually might be a good buy time, to be honest with you. So back to like Joe's point where I don't think it makes sense maybe on the selling side of it. Like he still could be elite. I'm buying if I don't have him. I'm holding. And go read the bold prediction second half article for Kelly, because Kelly is back all in on Hunter Brown.
Here's one from Luceros here. I was offered Crochet for James Wood, 14-team head-to-head OPS. It's tempting. It is tempting. That is kind of interesting there. It depends on what your rotation looks like. In a 14-team league, pitching is really hard to come by. I mean, if I had a ton of offense in a 14-teamer, which is also asking a lot, I think it's fair value. But Welsh, what do you think here? You want to, I mean, it's fair. It's more about roster construction, I think, than anything else, right?
Yeah, probably. Like, I'm just going to cite this because I just did it and I think it's relevant. That second half draft, James Wood was like a top 12 player taken. I took Crochet
right around the second round, right?
Yeah, it was like early second round. I ended up taking Crochet and I got him in the late because I had the second pick in the first round. So I took him the second to last pick, Crochet I did. So they're same general vicinity. OPS works really well for James Wood. So that's like hey, I've got really good offense and I need pitching. You're getting the type of pitcher you should get, but in a vacuum, I would rather have James Wood.
All right, let's have some fun, Welsh. Let's go through some of these names. I'm going to throw a name at you here. You're going to tell me traded or stays put. Okay?
Okay.
Ready? We're going to play a little game. Here we go. Sandy Alcantara, traded or stays put?
Stays put, I'm going to throw out there because he's been so bad.
All right. David Bednar of the Pirates, closer. Traded or stay put?
Traded.
I agree. Emmanuel Clase.
Ooh, stays put.
Okay, I agree. Stays put. Jarren Duran, trade or stays put? I think stays put now. I think they're like, you know what? Let's make a run here. I don't think they trade him.
I'm gonna say traded, And the trade is going to not be a young package. It is going to be this culmination of pieces that kind of fixes. The Red Sox are trying to get Joe Ryan right now. I know this isn't quite doing the answer, but this is going to be one where like you're going to get a bullpen piece and a starter, and it's going to be to make that run because they have so many outfielders. That'll be my big crazy one. So I'll say traded.
Mitch Keller.
Traded. 100%
right.
traded.
Ryan McMahon.
Traded.
I think he's a Yankee. I really do.
If they can't get Suarez, yeah.
Yeah. Cedric Mullins.
Traded.
Marcelo Zuna.
Oh, should be traded. Don't know if I'm going to say he's not traded, even though he should.
Last one, Eugenio Suarez.
Traded. Absolutely traded. Diamondbacks got to get their money's worth on Suarez, and they will. He's one of the hot commodities.
Yeah. Look, it's we are now it's the 18th of July, so we are quickly approaching that trade deadline. What team do you think goes first and bites on somebody? Because I feel like there's always
like
that one
make
team that
trades
goes,
for players.
Yeah, like there's always that one team that goes, we're making our push, we're making a move, and it's typically well before this, and it kind of kicks things off and jumpstarts it. Who do you think that's going to be this year? Do you have a beat on that?
I'm going to say the Red Sox. I think the Red Sox have the pieces. They've been tied to so many different things. The Joe Ryan stuff that's floating out there. I think the Red Sox getting to the market first, they're going to make a tough decision. It could be like having in a Joe Ryan trade, having to trade something like a Christian Campbell. Not saying that's going to happen, but like they don't make that type of tough decision. Or you could see them making a blockbuster that sends like a Jarren Duran and they get a bunch of pieces. But I think it would behoove them to set the market for anybody else. So I'm going to go with the Red Sox.
All right. So the Red Sox are
who do you think?
Team to make a big move. Man, I feel like the Yankees got to do something. I really do. I feel like they got to change the narrative a little bit and make it, especially, they got rid of LeMahieu. They're kind of, the offense has just been weird. They get shut out almost by the Cubs with Matthew Boyd that Saturday. Like, I don't know. I feel like the Yankees need to do something. And I don't know if it's going to be the right move, but I think they will make the first of the moves.
All right. Let me ask you one. Let's do a player. Let's throw in, I like because Big Gene just put, I'm going to say Luis Robert, Mitch Keller. We'll put Jarren Duran in there, Joe Ryan. Who else is Sandy Alcantara, Zach Allen, Suarez, Josh Naylor. Let's do those guys. Those are all common guys. 8 players. Who's the first bigger name player? I didn't throw Bednar and stuff like that. Who's of those kind of big-ish names? Who's the first one that's moved?
I think Suarez. I think that's just an easy one, and I think it's Milwaukee or I think it's the Yankees. I think that's where it goes. And I mean, I'd be surprised if it was any other one, but to me, that's where it is. I think Milwaukee would be wise to do it, but I don't know if they will. But Arizona's got to be realistic here. Like, they're just not. And who knows? Maybe Gallen goes along with him. I mean, would it be crazy to think of the Yankees getting both of Gallen and Suarez? I mean, that would be a big blockbuster, right? They could certainly use another arm in that rotation. I don't know what that trade looks like. I don't know if it involves Spencer Jones.
I just don't think it happens. Every stupid account is like, who says no? And they put out a tweet and they put out a thing and they're always getting 2 big players on a team. And it's like, it could happen for sure. I think teams are not going to want to pay the price. And that's still not going to make sense to them. And it's going to be a disappointing trade for Diamondback fans. And I don't think both are moved. They're going to want to maximize. So unless a team like the Yankees is like, you can have Schlittler and Spencer Jones, they're not trading both guys. And they're not going to do that. So
I don't think they're trading Schlittler, to be honest with you.
I kind of don't either.
I don't think that's the guy who gets moved there. We shall see as the trade winds continue to blow. And then on Monday, obviously, we'll be back recapping all the action as per usual around this joint. But in the meantime, it's Friday. It means there's bets to be made. So it's time for the best bets
of the week. Finally, let's get into it.
Yeah, of the day of the week with Joey P and the Welsh. Here we go. Give me the New York Mets on the run line. Sean Manaea is back, plus 142 against the Reds. The Yankees travel to Atlanta, and they get to face Spencer Strider. And I think Strider's going to stick it to him. Give me the Atlanta Braves on the money line, minus 104. Maybe Jazz Chisholm still got that home run stroke going. Oh, do you think so?
Yeah, that great-looking home run stroke, sure.
And then Minnesota at Colorado. Yeah, baby. Let's go over 10.5 runs, minus 120. I think that's going to go over today. you can see one team get to that, I think, potentially. All right, let's take a look at yours, because you've also got some Sean Manaea wagering happening here. Let's go, Welsh.
Yeah, I jumped on this actually last night. Sean Manaea at 6 strikeouts over 5.5. Got it at -115. He obviously didn't go deep into that first start, but he still had 7 strikeouts and 3 1/3. He's going against the Reds. Reds are top 10 in strikeouts per game. I like Manaea to establish and set himself up, and I really like the 6 strikeouts. It's about the only one that really, I mean, there's some aggressive stuff on the strikeout marker, or there's lower numbers with big juice. This is the only one that jumped out to me that I liked. I'm also going to jump on Cleveland first 5 money line. Slade Ciccone. Slade Ciccone has been pretty good here, and this one is going up against the Athletics. I believe I have that right, looking at the whole schedule. But either way, it doesn't matter because I'm backing Slade Ciccone.
Yes,
yeah, it is
Athletics.
it's in Cleveland.
Slade Ciccone sounds like a character from the musical Grease.
Yeah, Diamondbacks pitcher that they probably would love to have.
Slade Ciccone, huh? I heard that he was going on a date with Donna. Did you hear that? I heard it too. Hey, let's sing a song about it.
One of the outsiders. He's one of the outsiders out
Slade
there.
Ciccone is definitely an outsider.
And then I'm going to pick on 2 offenses, and I'm going to go no run first inning on Miami, Kansas City. You said Sandy's got a really, really important one. Sandy kind of falls apart in some later innings. I'm going to guess he's going to maintain early. Same with Seth Lugo. Pick on these offenses that haven't quite got going. -135. It's a little juiced up. So no run first inning, first 5 money line, and a strikeout. This is a quintessential Welsh card, and that's what I got for Friday.
And don't forget to place your bets over at FanDuel, FantasyPros.com/leading off. That's the place to bet $5 and win $250 if your first bet hits, only on FanDuel. Again, FantasyPros.com/leading off. And don't forget, also download the Betting Pros app today. Betting Pros YouTube channel, rocking and rolling too. Go check us out over there. We just did another one of our preview series for NFL. But again, best betting tools on the planet, Betting Pros. Download the app. Make sure you bet smarter, not harder. And you get a 7-day free trial of the Betting Pros premium tools when you use the promo code leading off. Now, normally we throw the home run board up here, but we're still updating it from the home run derby and updating it from the All-Star break. So on Monday, we'll have an updated home run board that will never show me again. Do you have a home run call for the weekend, Welsh? Actually, I forgot to even make mine. I'm going to do it live here on the show. That's what I'm going to do.
I do have one guy. And by the way, I'm going to get I did get an extra homer for getting Cal Raleigh right. I think I picked Ketel Marte for a homer in the All-Star game. So
I
that
picked
didn't
Rosa
count.
Reyna. No, he did not hit a home run.
How the hell are they going to determine that too with the home run off? Are they going to count any of those? That was, you guys got into a mess.
That's a good point. All right, if you pick Schwarber, you got 3.
Kelly and them got into a mess doing the homers for the All-Star game, so I don't know what they were doing.
I
but
believe that's Kelly's problem, not ours.
Yeah, I don't care what you do. You yell at Kelly, not me. I'm going to go with Cal Raleigh today, so I'm going to jump back into it. Cal got me the homer for the win in the home run derby. Pretty good spot that they're in today, so I'm going to go with Cal Raleigh going up against, I think it's Brandon Walter, who has given up a homer at least in 5 straight starts. So Cal Raleigh is going to pick right back up, give me the homer, and I obviously have him in perpetuity for the weekend.
Perpetuity. I'm going to go with, you know what? Let's go with Kyle Schwarber. Feeling good off the All-Star game home runs. Feeling good against the Angels this weekend. Give me some Schwarber. A little Schwarber love there. So that'll be a good time. I want to thank everybody for joining us here on our Twitch channel, and of course we want you to subscribe to the Twitch, use your Amazon Prime, get rid of those nasty commercials, because remember, it's not just baseball, it's football too. Here at Fantasy Pros, football is usually the big piece of the pie. We just started the baseball first because the calendar, the way the calendar works in the year, and you're never going to want to miss the rotating analysts on the Twitch. Let me tell you that, my friends, I told you it's only legal in 48 states. I'm not going to tell you the 2 that it's illegal. I'm going to let you run to the internet to figure that out yourself. Make sure you follow us and subscribe on Fantasy Pros MLB as well for all of our content. That'll do it for us. But the story of the game goes on for the Welsh. I'm Joey P. It's good to be back. We'll see you Monday, kids. Bye.
Peace.
Are you saying all these Welsh autographs I have are not authentic now? Is that what you're saying?
I have a new autograph too from a couple years ago, so it might not be.
Okay.
Very nice one.
A new autograph. Let me see.
I have a good one. I have a pretty good one.